Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, this is Rio from Rheology. Today we have the Aquatrined Neptune. This is the full review, and I've worn it now for a week. And let's just address the elephant in the room. What is this watch? This watch is a fully constructed carbon fiber, forged carbon fiber, let me tell you. Like whether it's the case, the bezel, the crown, the case back, everything except for the core. And let us get into that later in the video, where I will unscrew the watch and we'll take a deeper look on its full construction. But very interesting design choices and smart ones. And what actually drew me to this watch in the first place was the carbon fiber construction, obviously. You might find it interesting for any other reason, like, for example, how nicely it reflects the light differently under the sun. And yeah, just check out the videos I've taken during my 1 week period, and you can clearly see how interesting it looks under direct sunlight. This watch being a very light watch, it does happen very often that I forget that it's on my wrist until I notice that someone looks at my wrist. And that's another key point of this watch. It actually draws a lot of attention because, yeah, it is a very unique watch in one aspect. Well, design-wise, you can clearly see where it takes its design cues from. As for specifications, we can see that the watch is almost entirely made out of forged carbon fiber. And forged carbon fiber, let me tell you, it's a handmade process and it's nothing cheap at all. It takes a lot of work, and seeing this watch come in at the price it does, impressive. Let me just foreshadow that for you. The movement is a Sellita SW200. It's a Swiss-made fully automatic movement. This movement runs at 28,800 beats per hour, which equates into 8 ticks per second, as you can see, with a very smooth sweeping seconds hand, which is a very satisfying thing to see when you look down at your watch. Another very big advantage to the Sellita is that it's very easy and very possible to calibrate it to meet chronometer standards. So this watch, if you regulate it, it's not impossible and it's not too hard to actually get it running within plus or minus 1 to 2 seconds a day. During the week I've worn it, it has gained 18 seconds in total, which I'm very happy about. And yes, it just brings that extra level of confidence when wearing the watch. As for the crystal, we have a sapphire crystal, which happens to be at least 4 times as hard as normal mineral glass. And it happens to also be the best kind of crystal you have on any watch. We do have a Cyclops this time around that makes it easier to see the date wheel. However, personally, I'd rather not have. And if you rather not have it, when ordering this watch, you have the possibility to message the seller and ask for a watch without the Cyclops. As for the AR coating, I don't see any obvious signs of it, so I cannot really comment on that one. However, it is a fair bit legible under direct sunlight anyways. For water resistance, this watch is rated at 100 meters depth, and that's partly thanks to the screw-down crown, really nice to have, and a screw-in case back, which is screwed down by 4 screws in a square pattern, as you can see. It comes with a rotating diverse bezel. Sounds amazing, let me tell you. It sounds really good. And not only does it sound very good, it aligns very good. As for the strap, ordered it with a leather strap. It comes with a fully carbon fiber strap as well, but it will cost more. It's very nice to see that they included a real forged carbon fiber clasp. We also use this watch on other straps, which you can see. With the screws removed, let us lift the case back, and we can see that the first level of the case back is entirely made out of forged carbon fiber. The other interesting part of the construction of this watch, the titanium case back and titanium core that encapsulates the movement. On the titanium case back, we can see that it has these rubber seal to assist in the water resistance and actually make it possible to be water resistant in the first place. Looking at the thickness of the titanium case back, it makes sense why they rated it for only 100 meters of depth and not 200 meters. Also, looking at the core here, we can see that the movement, as told, is encapsulated by the titanium core, and the screw-in case backs, the screws themselves are the threads that they go into are part and threaded into the titanium core itself, so that brings also extra confidence. As a mechanical engineer, I'm very happy with how they went on about the construction. It is a smart design, and that's something I would do myself. I would also have a metal core, because I wouldn't simply trust the forged carbon fiber to over time remain sealed. So really happy with the design choice. Also, what I'm really happy with is that they went with titanium to keep the watch as light as possible, and also keep this exclusivity of the material choices of the watch for even those parts that we cannot see. So very, very impressed by that. The screw-in crown is also constructed out of carbon fiber, which impressed the watch smith that I actually visited and spoke about this watch with him, showed him the watch, and the thing he reacted to was the crown, because he hasn't seen another fully constructed carbon fiber watch with a carbon fiber crown. And how did they achieve this? Well, they did something very smart. They did the crown itself in carbon fiber, and they did a metal insert into it with the threads and meeting the threads of the core. And then also here in between they have a waterproofing rubber seal. So again, you can really see that this watch has been properly engineered, and it brings that extra level of confidence to have this watch near water. With the help of my 3x optical zoom lens, we will take a closer look. We can see on the dial close up, it is looking at the indices and hands. I can really see not a single particle of dust or imperfection. Seems to be done to a very high standard indeed. Date frame wheel, it looks very clean. Case back, we can see very sharp lines. Everything seems to be just perfectly done. And what's really well done by this company is that I cannot find, if you see here the surface, there are no air bubbles, and it just goes to show that they have made an exceptional job. And crown, we can also see that we have a logo. Bezel has a very good grip to it. As for my final assessment of this watch, wearing it for the past week, let me tell you, just first and foremost, value-wise, if you're looking for a fully constructed carbon fiber watch, look nowhere else. The price is amazing for what you get. Sellita, the Swiss movement, the fully constructed body, including the crown, the case back, the case itself, the titanium core, like they went all the ways, internals and like stuff you can't even see. It brings me a lot of confidence. Seeing the loom on this watch, even the date wheel is loomed. Like they have not skipped on almost anything on this watch in terms of high quality and just attention to detail. Things that I don't like, well, as I said, the Cyclops. It's not to my liking. However, you could ask the seller to simply ship you one without. The second thing that I don't seem to like, I would like to have a stronger anti-reflective coating on this watch. Other than that, like, I have not a single complaint about the watch itself. Taste-wise, the dial is not really, or the hands are not to my personal liking. However, I intend to heavily modify this watch, and stay tuned if you want to see the end result, because I'm gonna change the dial, I'm gonna remove the Cyclops, and I'm gonna change the hands, and the end result will be very different from what we see here today. Really happy to give this watch a very high rating of value if you're looking for a carbon fiber watch. Otherwise, it would be a waste of money if you're not interested into that kind of stuff. I'll leave the link down below. Check out the listing, chat with the seller. They seem very nice and very easy to talk to. I did buy this watch with my own money, and yes, I did get a good discount, but it was not from the seller, but from the AliExpress platform itself, and it was thanks to a very good friend of mine. He's Ben, and he's often commenting on my videos, or you can see him as You Good Need on Reddit. Amazing guy, does a lot of contribution to our community, and I just wanted to get it out there. Big thanks to him, and big thanks to you guys for tuning in and watching the complete video. Leave a comment. What do you think of carbon fiber and having it in a watch? I'm really interested to know. For me, it's amazing. I'm gonna modify this and I'm gonna keep it in my collection. Peace out and take care.